Hey there. Welcome back to the Biofield Hacker channel. As always, before we dive in, just a quick note. I'm not a medical, psychological, legal, or financial expert, nor do I claim to be. Okay, today's going to be a short video. I've been reflecting on the fact that there are so many relationships in the world today that are a hot mess. And why? If I had my druthers, everyone would take time out to heal themselves, learn their lessons, and insist on healthy relationships for themselves and others. As I've mentioned so many times on this channel, in different ways, when you're able to access your highest frequencies and vibrations and come from a place of unconditional love, only then will you be able to access that forever kind of love that's actually meant for you and your best and highest self. I was chuckling to myself the other day, and yes, I'm easily amused by my own pondering and lessons, that so many people are willing to sit in their own lessons and not move on from relationships not meant for them because they don't learn their lessons and, in essence, put a cap on their own growth and evolution. Let me give you an analogy. And it was inspired by something that was talked about quickly in a reading on Jess Puckett's YouTube channel. Because if you've watched my videos before, you know my channeling is often inspired by world around me. And I absolutely love analogies because there's something special about remembering the impact when there's a visual attached, at least for me anyways. But I digress. Here it is. So many people get stuck in superficial relationships that are nice and easy, but don't deep dive and push you to grow. Now, to be super clear, I'm not saying that you should want to change anybody. You have dominion over only yourself. What I'm suggesting is oftentimes when something is surface level and just easy breezy, you aren't evolving in that relationship. Now for the inspired analogy. Relationships like that are truly the equivalent of spending X years, you fill in the X, working out with a 5-pound weight in the gym and staying at that weight level for all those years, whatever the X was, and then constantly being impressed with your reflection in the mirror as you flex. You haven't grown, you haven't evolved, you just adore the niceties and adoration that you're receiving in the mirror. You're avoiding the tough stuff. Real relationships with friction create growth in all parties involved. The friction is proverbially adding weights by working on your shadows, triggers, and toxic energies, tearing the muscles by killing your egoic self, and building back stronger and better with new growth. You're building your muscles. Enabling yourself and others by not creating change with kind but direct feedback actually thwarts evolution and growth for everyone. And to be super clear, friction isn't drama. Conflict creates change when done with clear boundaries, good communication, respect, and unconditional love. Friction with agency, respect, and discipline principles is one of the master keys to building those proverbial muscles and living your best life, relationship-wise and energetically. So time for today's field tack. Decide to be rawly honest with yourself when you reflect on these questions. Ask yourself, are you healthy enough to have relationships? I realize that's a tough one, but really reflect on that. And then when you're ready, which relationships in your life have you limited to the equivalent of working out with a 5-pound weight? And why? What created that? What are you seeing in the mirror? And then what relationships in your life have created a healthy friction for you? And what have you learned? Or in the cases where you didn't handle that friction well, what was it trying to teach you? What steps do you want to take today to make you and your relationships healthier? What lessons do you still need to complete about love and relationships? That field tack is some of the quick ways to assess and take a snapshot of where you currently sit in your relationships and associated energies. On the next video, I'll be talking about a month-long program if you want to take a deep dive into it, into love alchemy, as part of the Biofield Hacker Lab. I'll talk about it on the next video. As always, please do like, subscribe, or share this video with anybody that you think might benefit from it. Until next time, take care.